Shasu, Shasu, Shasu. I am Kanaya, numerologist, sound healer, and artist of the Shasu experience, and welcome to episode 40 of Numerality, where sound meets symbols and consciousness finds clarity. I will provide the numerality for the day, which will include the elemental energies, tarot, astrology, personal insights, and numerology. Now, this week, Sunday, February 23rd, through Saturday, March 1st, 2025, we will be under the energy of the 9. We are also in a 9 year. The themes of the 9 have to do with fire, sharp objects, physical health, fevers, inflammation, distant travel, accidents, weapons, tools, eruptions, death. The number 9 is connected to the planet Mars. Mars wants to initiate, it wants to activate, and it wants to move. The energy of the 9 consists of the energy of completion, dreams fulfilled, endings, inspiration, trips, being a teacher, wisdom, broad-mindedness, competitiveness, independence, self-determining, being charitable, being a humanitarian, and brotherly love. In the Rider-Waite Tarot, the 9 is depicted by the Hermit card. This energy has to do with change, endings, charity, inspiration, seeking solitude, contemplation, lighting the way for others, inner wisdom, responsibility, humanity, faith, completion, endings, long journeys, inspiration, fulfillment, and also dreams. This energy is connected to the sun, and the sun wants to integrate and wants to express, it wants to project. The energy of the Hermit card is connected to the sign of Virgo, and Virgo acts in a manner of analytically with the intention of separating into parts and critically with the purpose of making a judgment. Now this week, as we begin to plan our steps, we can look towards the week's energy to support us in our goals. With the 9 energy, we can look to complete things, we can look to endings, we can look to taking long trips, we can look for ways in which we can teach, be a humanitarian, ways in which we can have faith and believe in ourselves, pay attention to our dreams, daydreams included, and we can also see where we can take responsibility for the better this week. Now, we can also look at this week as week 4 of the month and begin to plan our steps from there. Now, for your highest good and alignment of your actions, using the energy of the 4 has to do with building a foundation, practicality, service, devotion, organization, structure, and work. The 4 in the Rider-Waite Tarot has to do with the Emperor. The Emperor has to do with work, finances, building, practicality, structure, logic, reason, leadership, and authority, creating out of chaos, making your own rules and having others obey them, fearlessness, energy, force, and drive. The energy of the Emperor is connected to the planet Earth, which is our physical reality, and the energy of the zodiac sign of Aries. And Aries acts assertively, urgently, and its qualities are direct, bold, it's initiative, it's pioneering, and it's also engineering. Now, the number 4 is connected to the planet Uranus, and Uranus wants to deviate from the norm. It wants to depart from what is usual and ordinary. It wants to create that which is different, and it wants to convert without destroying. Uranus has an affinity to originality, centricity, adventures, real matters, and unusual people, places, and things. Now, we can also look to the calendar date for guidance on this day. So today is the 23rd, and in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the 23 is the 23-5, and that is represented by the King of Wands. This energy is connected to protection, contracts, travel, being a natural leader, ambition, being an entrepreneur, starting new and exciting projects, being tech savvy, making others feel good, and also charisma. This energy is connected to the first decan of Aries, and Aries acts in a manner of being direct with boldness, initiative, being impulsive, spontaneous, and fast motion. This energy of Aries is connected to the planet Mars, and Mars wants to move, it wants to initiate, and it wants to activate. Now, with the calendar date being the 23-5, we could find that today we may be moving forward with new contracts that we initiated yesterday. Our balanced decision making the 2 moving into the 3, our surroundings our environment and how we show up in that environment or surroundings equals the 5. We are adventurous and action-oriented when it comes to being an authority in whatever we have initiated. You may find that you are ambitious today and full of charisma. You may find that you are good company to be around and you are starting exciting and new entrepreneurial projects. Now on to the planetary ruler of the day. Now today is Sunday, February 23rd, 2025. Sunday is ruled by the sun. The sun wants to integrate, the sun wants to express, and the sun wants to project. The sun has an affinity to vitality, determination, the ego, the masculine principle, dignity, individuality, identity, creativity, self-reliance, and the Father. With the energy of the sun on a Sunday, the things you could do to capitalize off this energy would be growing your self-confidence, doing things that bring you joy, promoting yourself, giving public presentations, sharing your story with others, advancing your career, talking with authority figures, meditating, and creating. This energy of the sun is also connected to the number 1. Use the energy of the 1 today, and that will help support you in your tasks and goals for the day. The 1 has to do with independence, new opportunities, planting seeds, new beginnings, independence, being a leader, being courageous, and also ambitious. Excuse me. Now on to the elements. Now today's fire element, what is driving us is the 3-7, and that has to do with the 3 of Cups. The energy of the 3 of Cups has to do with abundance, rejoicing, friends, appreciating life, and celebrating, connecting with others. This energy is connected to the 2nd decan of Mars, and Mars wants to initiate, it wants to activate, and it wants to move. The cups are about water. It's about our creativity and what we love, our emotions, our relationships, our imagination, and the subconscious. This element is passive and also receptive. Now, the fire element being 3-7 today lets me know that socializing and spending time with others who love and support us today will be in alignment with the energy. Now, yesterday we initiated actions with the person, place, thing, idea, or perspective. Today is almost like we are celebrating that investment we made. The 4 in the 43-7 has to do with structure, work, patience, and service. And that energy moved into the 3, where we stretched our imagination in our surroundings and how we express ourselves in that surrounding and or environment. And that brings about the 7, an energy that allows you to watch, observe, go with the flow, rest, and be in your imagination. In this case, it is using your imagination and being with others who appreciate you and vice versa. This is the energy of appreciating life and sharing your creativity and abundance with others. The theme surrounding the 7-day will be the undercurrent of the day. Now, the 7 of the 3-7 day has to do with inner growth, self-awareness, self-discovery, rest, faith, spirituality, intuition, inner knowing, isolation, thoughtfulness, eccentricities, mental analysis, philosophy, technology, discernment. The number 7 is connected to the planet Neptune. Neptune wants to refine, it wants to detect, and it wants to transcend. Neptune has an affinity to intuition, imagination, idealism, compassion, illusion, mysticism, the unreal, liquids, and drugs. The number 7 is also connected to the moon. The moon wants to respond, it wants to react, and it also wants to regulate. Now, in the Rider Waite, the 7 is connected to the Chariot card, and that has to do with reflection, rest, health, vacations, victory, success, being in control, traveling, getting your way, using your willpower, and being assertive. The Chariot card is connected to the moon, which wants to respond, it wants to react, and it wants to regulate. And the energy of the Chariot is also connected to the sign of Cancer, which moves sensitively with an emotional response to outside influences and protectively with a defense against attack. Now, today's air element, the impression we are giving in the conscious realm of others' experience, has to do with the 68-5, and this energy is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles has to do with education, planning, travel, new paths, reinventing yourself, studying, starting something new, taking care of how you look and yourself, working towards a goal, being practical, and following the rules. The energy of the Page of Pentacles is connected to the third decan of Capricorn, and that energetic signature is that of Mercury. And Mercury wants to communicate, it wants to concentrate, and it wants to transmit. Now, the Pentacles are about Earth, our environment. It is our body, nature. It is our land, our work, money, business, our possessions, our health, and our home and security. This element is passive. Now, the air element, being the 68-5 Page of Pentacles, lets me know that others could see us in a new light. We are coming off to others as being practical, studious, and we are very driven and hardworking on our goals. Now, on the other hand, others could see us as caring too much about the material, wasting our time and talents, and we could also come off as snobbish when it comes to our intellectual property. Now, today's earth element, what is supporting us and what can assist us in balancing the air element, has to do with the 54-9. And the 54-9 in the Rider-Waite Tarot is the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords has to do with vigilance, messages, secrets, gossip, news, having strong mental abilities, being very knowledgeable, being clever, quick-witted, maybe even spying on others or being spied on, lies and deception, unpredictability, and being kept on your toes, and also being a natural at something. Now, this energy is connected to the third decan of Libra, and that is the signature of Mercury. And Mercury wants to communicate, it wants to concentrate, and it wants to transmit. Now, the swords are about air. It's our thoughts, our mind, mental activity, our ideas, conflict. It's about war, grief, justice, secrets, injustice, right and wrong. And this element is active. Now, the 54-9 being the earth element today lets me know that in order to balance the non-harmonious aspect of the air element of the Page of Pentacles would be for us to use the strong mental abilities of the 54-9, a Page of Swords, to cut through any deception internally that would prompt us to those non-harmonious actions. Now, the Page of Swords is a natural at consuming information and turning it into knowledge. In turn, the actions that ensue after the consumption of information is intellectually analyzed for inspiration and understanding. Now, for the Page of Swords 54-9 energy today, that understanding translates to clever and quick-witted actions, often adventurous actions, due to the 5 in the 54-9. Now, the 4 is structure, organization, practicality, and the 9 brings wisdom and inspiration and also completion. So honing in on the acting on inspiration gained from the knowledge of what we're working on is how the earth element can keep us balanced today. Now, the water element, our lesson for the month, has to do with the 11-2, and that is connected to the Justice card, and that has to do with tests, legal dealings, quick decisions, decisive actions, balance, fairness, doing what's right, being impartial, seeking all sides of the situation, making decisions based on facts rather than emotions. Now, this energy is connected to the zodiac sign of Libra, and Libra wants to work unitedly with the goal of combining and harmoniously with the desire to manifest agreement. This energy is also connected to Uranus. Uranus wants to deviate from the norm. It wants to depart from what is ordinary. It wants to create and originate that which is different, and it wants to convert from within without destroying. And that energy really goes to how we are working in our emotional depth, in our emotional qualities, and how we learn to transform within without destroying the element of our heart, our emotions, and actually being emotionally available to feel our feelings. Now, it is a 34-7 day, making it a 7 day. Now, the The numbers that are compatible with the number 7 are the number 1, because it'll inspire the 7 to step out of their comfort zone. The number 1 has to do with independence, new opportunities, planting seeds and new beginnings. The number 7 is compatible with the number 4 because it shares similar values and interests, and that will create a strong bond. The number 4 has to do with foundation, organization, structure, work, and service. The number 5 is also compatible with the number 7. The number 5 will offer excitement and adventure, and that will complement the 7's introspective nature. The 5 has to do with independence, communication, change, freedom, and adventure. And the number 7 is compatible with the number 2, and the number 2 has shared values like kindness and compassion, and that will foster a meaningful connection with the number 7. The number 2 has to do with patience, companionship, partnership, diplomacy, and also cooperation. Now, on to the astrology. Now, the sun is in Pisces from February 18th through March 20th. Now, Pisces is a mutable water sign. It is the 12th sign of the zodiac. Now, Pisces moves in a manner of believing, hospitality, mindless compassion, fluidity, and restraint. Now, Pisces are intuitive and impressionable, and also highly imaginative. Pisces is connected to the planet Neptune, and Neptune wants to refine, detect, and transcend. Now, the moon is currently in Capricorn at 8 degrees, giving it a signature of Saturn. And Saturn wants to limit, it wants to restrict, and it wants to control. By 2:02 p.m., the Capricorn moon will go into the second decan of its energy, and that is the energetic signature of Venus. And Venus wants to relate, it wants to unite, and it also wants to connect. Now, the sign of Capricorn acts in a manner of using with purpose, patience, quiet, resourcefulness, and efficiency. Capricorn has an affinity with old age, politics, responsibility, seriousness, persistence, government, service, and public administration. Now, Capricorn is the 10th sign of the zodiac, and it is a cardinal earth sign. Capricorn is known for being ambitious and disciplined and practical. Earth signs are practical, reliable, and grounded in the physical world. Now, in planetary news, Mars is now direct in Cancer. Now, this is signaling the end of emotional delays, passive-aggressive showdowns, and creative roadblocks. This is marking a significant shift in energy and motivation. This transition is seen as an opportunity for personal growth, encouraging people to reignite their passions and pursue their goals with renewed energy. This period may bring unexpected milestones. This period may bring unexpected milestones for certain zodiac signs, making it an exciting time for self-discovery and emotional connection. Mars wants to activate, it wants to initiate, and it also wants to move. Now, on to the moon transits and planetary aspects. I talk about the moon because the moon's job is to respond, to make a reply through the emotions, to react, to undergo a change through the emotions. It wants to regulate, to control, or adjust through rhythmic function. The moon governs your emotions, institutions, mystery, instincts, cycles, and the subconscious. The energies of the moon and planetary aspects will be with us all day, and it is important for us to be aware of the energy so that we may choose to move in a manner that is supportive of our goals. Now, at 3:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the sun in Pisces will sextile the moon in Capricorn, and that indicates a harmonious relationship between your core identity and your emotional self. This aspect suggests a natural compatibility between your drive to achieve and your need for emotional fulfillment. At 9:07 a.m., the moon in Capricorn will quintile Saturn in Pisces, and that indicates a period of spiritual transformation and karmic completion. It may bring financial challenges and shifts in global stability. Now, at 10 o'clock a.m., at 10 o'clock a.m., the moon in Capricorn will sesquisquare Uranus in Taurus. This aspect indicates a sense of independence and rebellion. It can ignite a desire for individual expression and a challenge to societal. At 10 a.m., the moon in Capricorn will sesquisquare Uranus in Taurus. This aspect indicates a sense of independence and rebellion. It can ignite a desire for individual expression and a challenge to societal expectations. This aspect may highlight a period of experimentation and change in behavior or beliefs. The moon's position in Capricorn adds a sense of responsibility and practicality to the equation. Now, the moon in Capricorn will quintile Lilith in Libra at 10 a.m. and this indicates a focus on refinement, relationships, and harmony. Lilith's influence in Libra suggests a desire for primal instincts and a pursuit of balance in partnerships. This aspect may lead to emotional satisfaction and rewarding experience. In astrology, Lilith symbolizes the darker, more primal aspects of femininity, including our repressed emotions, sexuality, and the quest for autonomy. It can indicate where one may feel marginalized or where one's desires may clash with societal norms. Now, at 11:57 a.m., Mercury in Pisces will trine Mars in Cancer, and this energy indicates an easy harmony between thoughts and consciousness. This brings a blend of emotional depth and intuitive communication. Now at 12:51 p.m., the moon in Cancer will square Venus in Aries, and that indicates a dynamic push and pull between ambition and affection. This aspect can stir inner tensions, urging you to assess whether your emotional investments align with your practical goals. Now at 12:52 p.m., the sun in Pisces will semi-square Chiron in Aries, and this energy suggests a struggle between your identity and your deeper wounds, leading to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. This aspect may create challenges in expressing your individuality while also highlighting the potential for healing through self-acceptance and creativity. Now at 4:14 p.m., the moon in Capricorn will quincunx Jupiter in Gemini, and this indicates a conflict between the desire for freedom and the need for structure. The moon in Capricorn represents responsibility and practicality, while Jupiter in Gemini represents expansion and creativity. The quincunx aspect suggests a tension between these two influences, leading to challenges in balancing personal growth with external expectations. Now at 9:39 p.m., Mercury in Pisces will semi-square Pluto in Aquarius, and this indicates a period of transformative communication and intellectual breakthrough. Mercury in Pisces is associated with spiritual communication and internal thoughts. The semi-square aspect between Mercury and Pluto creates a powerful mental energy, leading to intense thoughts and conversations. Now at 10:56 p.m., the moon in Capricorn will quintile the North Node in Pisces, and that will indicate a strong need for a creative outlet. This aspect can intensify emotional depth and karmic themes in water signs like Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, or wherever you have those placements. Now, the North Node is known as the True North Node, and that is a point in your birth chart that represents where you'll learn life lessons. It is a lunar node that predicts your spiritual destiny. Now, ultimately today, the 7 is asking us to go with the flow. Be open to direction. The energy of Neptune and Capricorn are strong today, so be mindful to balance your emotions and imagination with practicality, organization, and planning. Be sure to work in some sort of socializing today. It will be beneficial for your energy as a whole. All right. With that being said, thank us for listening. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful. Feel free to email me. I will leave it in the description box. Until the next experience, be well and enjoy. Peace.